Welcome to the channel, bringing a real-world perspective to the real-world whiskey consumer.
I'm Josh.
And I'm Erin.
And we are back with another Tuesday video, our topical Tuesday videos, Whiskey Talk Tuesday videos, whatever you want to call them, whatever we're calling them at this point.
Who knows?
But these are designed to start a conversation with you guys, the whiskey community. We read every comment that you comment below. We might not respond to all of them because we get a lot of comments, thankfully. And we really appreciate that.
Love it.
But we read them all, we appreciate them all, and we appreciate each and every one of you that watch this channel every week. Can't thank you enough for being a part of this wild and crazy ride with us. And today we are talking about our whiskey resolutions and beyond resolutions for the year 2023, because this should be the first video you're seeing on Tuesday in 2023. So let's get right into it. Let's start with our whiskey resolutions. What are your overwhelming whiskey resolutions for 2023?
I mean, for me, it's just to continue to enjoy the community that whiskey brings me.
Yeah.
I love it.
I think it's fair to say that were it not for sharing whiskey and good times with other people, you probably just wouldn't drink whiskey.
Correct.
You would just, every once in a while, you might have a pour of a rye, but by and large, you would gravitate towards wine. That's what you like. Whiskey for you is a very social drink.
Absolutely social, and it has brought so many people into my life that I love. And so I'm enjoying spending time in this community and enjoying a pour with people. So I'm just going to continue doing that.
Right. Let's talk about my whiskey resolutions for 2023. A little bit more of an expansive list, but we'll keep it short.
Okay.
Stay on budget, number one.
That's a good resolution to have.
I think that was one of my resolutions last year. I don't think I did a very good job of it this year, but I'm going to try my darndest this next year to stay on budget.
Okay.
And then also, I'm going to continue to do blind tastings and let those inform what I really like. I'm not going to get too overwhelmed by FOMO. I'm not going to let that eat me alive and just worry about missing out on some of the bottles that are floating around out there.
Yeah.
I think, honestly, I kind of gravitate towards you. I just want to have more fun in the community, share the good bottles that I get with other people, and build those connections, build those bridges, and build those relationships. Because to me, honestly, that's my favorite part of this hobby as well. I think that's going to about wrap it up for the whiskey resolutions, but don't tune out yet, because over on our Patreon, what we do are these uncut videos weekly where we just kind of give a little bit more personal updates. And I think we're going to get into a little bit of channel resolutions, personal resolutions, all the stuff. Patreon.
State of the channel, state of the union address.
It's the start of the year. 'Tis the season, right? So let's get right into it, and let's start with this studio. I mean, you guys have seen this for a couple of months now. It has been a total game changer for us. And we cannot thank you guys enough for being a part of building this with us, whether you're just tuning in or whether you've actually donated to our studio drive that we did last year. This thing has just been an absolute godsend for us. It's changed our lives, to be quite honest. And it's made this channel sustainable to be able to keep going.
Yes, and if you're new and you're wondering why did it change our life, is we used to be filming in our kitchen, where the heart of our house is. It's a very open floor plan kitchen, so it was living room, dining room, kitchen, and we would have to set up there, and we wouldn't be able to use our kitchen very well, and we couldn't really have people over because it was in our kitchen. So now we're in a third bedroom in our home. It's separate and apart from the kitchen. We can record, and then we can live our life, and it's amazing.
Yeah, we've ironed out our batch filming process so that it's fun for us, and it also creates more margin in our life. And that kind of speaks into some of the other stuff we're doing as well, because over on Patreon, we're doing a lot of stuff, a lot of community building type of stuff with our Patreon community. So if you're interested, check it out. If you're not, no worries. We're still going to be here on YouTube for free, 4 videos every week. But if you want to share some pours with us, if you want to get involved in some of our community sample swaps, all that stuff is going down over on Patreon, and it is a ton of fun. It's honestly one of our absolute favorite things, other than like recording these videos together.
Together is fun,
Having fun with our Patreon community is by far the thing that keeps us doing this, keeps us edified and encouraged, and just we have an absolute blast over there.
And for 2023 for Patreon, I think we're gonna aim to start doing some barrel picks. That's kind of our goal. We've already started that process in 2022, the end of 2022 when we're filming this. So we're looking forward to that. So be on the lookout for possible barrel picks over on Patreon if you're part of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's exciting.
Speaking of new things on our radar, events are on our radar big time. So this year, now that we've kind of got our feet under us, events are some of the things that we really want to focus on, because the community element of this is why we're not whiskey and stuff. the whiskey does not come first. Stuff comes first. People come first. Life comes first. So the whiskey is secondary. It's just the glue that binds all these things together. So going to events, showing up is something that we're really focused on this year. And we're going to be at Whiskey Weekend here in Nashville on March the 9th through the 12th. And there will be more information coming out about that soon. We will also be holding a private Patreon event in the Chicagoland area, May the 20th on a Saturday. So if you're in that area or can get to that area on May the 20th and you want to be a part of it, make sure you're over on Patreon. That's going to be your outlet to learn all the information that's going on. We're still ironing out the details there. And you have the Bourbon Women's Symposium in Kentucky on your radar for August. And we're probably going to make it out to the Kentucky Bourbon Fest in September if we can, or one other event. We kind of have the target this year of hitting 4 events because we want to meet you guys, we want to hang out, we want to have fun, we want to have some pours. That's what this is all about to us. Keep in mind, this episode and all of our Tuesday episodes are designed to start a conversation with you guys. So make sure you comment below on this. Like, do you want Stuff and Whiskey barrel picks? Do you want to come to some of the events that we're going to? Are you looking forward to that type of stuff? Do you want to continue to tune into our live streams and our videos? We can't wait to hear from you guys. We love conversing with y'all. We love hanging out with y'all, having pours. Let's get on to the personal resolutions. And for me, I know I already said stay on budget on the whiskey front, but like honestly, I need to stay on budget on every front. And you're very good at keeping me in line in that regard. But I can
only do so much.
I do need to be a little bit better in that regard. And I'm honestly just looking forward to a little bit more balance in 2023. A little bit more margin, focusing on the things that I care about the most, which are personal health and wellness, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically, all the ways, and then friendships and connections and things like that. That's the stuff in my life that's really important to me. And I'll go ahead, other stuff, we're going to kind of we're going to weave that in here and there when we have it on our episodes, but we're not going to have it every episode. But I cannot recommend enough here at the beginning of the year to check out The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry. It's a book, and you can get it for free on the Libby app. We'll put those links in the video description below.
Well, if you have a library card.
The Libby
app is linked to your library card. So if you don't have a library card, you cannot get it.
But they're free, and you can get those for free.
Well,
and then
those are
get
library
the thing.
books,
Right, but you can also just buy the book if you want. If you don't want to go out of your way to get a library card, you turn me on to this book. And it's a game changer. And to be fair, it is a faith-based book. So if that's something that's important to you, like it is to us, then it's probably going to resonate pretty deeply. And if you're not, you can just kind of remove that part or replace it with like a higher power or whatever you want. But the whole point of the book is to eliminate the hurry culture that we live in and kind of get back to being a little bit more grounded and well-rounded and having more margin.
Rest and
how important that is.
Yeah.
And I'm
like
feeling that.
True rest.
2022 for our channel was a huge year. We grew so much, but it was also the busiest season I've ever had in my life, and I overextended myself a little bit for too long as well. And so it really negatively impacted me, and I'm kind of coming back around to having a little bit more balance and rest in my life. That's great. Which ties into one of your personal resolutions.
So mine is to start working out again and get back into shape. Looking back, I think I had been going through some situational depression in 2022 that I didn't realize until afterwards. And so I'm going to start kind of getting back into things I liked and moving my body, getting into shape. So that's really what I can only focus on one thing at a time. I'm not really good at multitasking like that. So that's what I'm focusing on for the year of 2023.
And to that point, our charity fundraiser this year we're already looking forward to it next January.
Already planning
Actually, we're filming this at the end of October.
We just finished our last charity fundraiser, but we're already looking forward and planning for the next one in October 2023.
We can't wait. The first 2 years here, we've raised over $30,000 for To Write Love on Her Arms, a mental health charity that provides direct hope and help for people who are in need. And we love that element of what they do. They raise awareness, but then they also directly sponsor people and help people find help. And we love that direct hands-on approach. This year, we're going to shift formats a little bit. It's usually kind of like a random chance raffle giveaway situation that we do. This year, we're going to incorporate a little bit of silent auction or, for some of the higher tier bottles and things like that. I think it's going to raise a lot more money for mental health, and we are very excited about doing that with you guys, the whiskey community, because we can't do that event without y'all.
Without you guys, no.
Speaking of that, let's go ahead and get the ball rolling. And if you have a bottle that you want to donate for that, just earmark it to the side, hold on to it for this coming October for the charity live stream and fundraiser and all that stuff and silent auction now. Then hit us up at stuffandwhiskey@gmail.com. That's the best way to get in touch with us. Like I said, we're really looking forward to this. We've raised $30,000 in the first 2 years. Wouldn't mind raising $30,000 this year and going ahead and making it a nice round $60,000
That'd be
in
awesome.
total.
Yeah.
Also, speaking of balance and personal stuff, like you're talking about personal stuff, I want to get back into some things I enjoy outside of the whiskey space. I love whiskey, but I also love other hobbies and all that thing.
Josh is a hobby collector.
One of my chief hobbies is collecting other hobbies.
Yes.
So I want to get back into the world of watches. I'm a big watch nerd, and I'm a big fan of a lot of stuff that's going on out there. So that's a focus of mine this year.
Fun fact, the channel Stuff and Whiskey was actually named after a spin-off off of Josh's Instagram account called Stuff and Watches, which if you're into watches and you want to check out that Instagram account, feel free. It's great. He does great work. It's all photography. So that's kind of how we thought about the channel name for here. It was very original on our part.
Yeah. Do you know the tagline? Like if you go to @Stuff and Watches on Instagram, do you know what the tagline says?
No, I don't have Instagram.
It's so keyed into what we do here. Anti-snobbery, dedicated to quality.
Oh.
And that's just the way I roll. And I think that applies to whiskey as well. I'm pretty anti-snobbery. I like quality whiskey. And more than that, I like the people that you get to share watches, that you get to share whiskey
quality
with.
People.
So getting back into the watch world is a big thing for me. I love a lot of the micro brands, the independent brands that don't charge you an arm and a leg for a watch, that they're going to give you a really good quality product that you can have forever. So I'm super interested in getting into that more. I took a break from it for the channel. I sold some watches to fund a lot of stuff for the channel.
You did, and you hadn't posted on there for a long time, and then I think you
we've
just
been
did
busy
recently.
with the channel.
Yeah.
So that's a big part of it. And then again, rest, continuing to take care of myself in all the ways are a big thing. But make sure you let us know down in the comments what your resolutions are for 2023.
Yep.
It could be something as simple as like the standard, hey, I'm going to get moving again. I'm going to get back into the gym. I'm going to take care of myself, all the way up to, whatever. Sky's the moon. Sky's the limit. Sky's not the moon. The moon's the moon.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right. We're off the rails. That's as good a place as any to end it.
Yep.
Be good to each other. By the way, before I'm rushing to the end now because I got embarrassed because I messed up.
It's okay.
But you know what? One of the things we're doing here on the channel is being a little bit more loose and free.
Yep.
You've seen it in our ratings. You've seen it in our videos.
It's okay to mess up because everyone messes up from time to time.
So you're going to see that more and more in the coming weeks. But if you like content like this, make sure you subscribe because you're going to get it every week over here. Like this video if you've liked it, if you do like it, or if you have liked it at some point. And then now we're totally off the rails, and hit our bell down there if you want to be notified of our once a month live streams. That date floats around, and that bell is going to be a very helpful tool for you.
Absolutely. And I will just cap it off here and say we're done.
We're done.
We're done for the day.
Be good to each other. And until next time, cheers.